To maintain a healthy environment, a country needs specific natural cover. The National Forest Policy benchmark is exactly 33%, but we fall severely short. According to the 2021 report, our actual forest cover sits at just 21.71%, or 7,113,789 hectares, scattered across the country. That remaining percentage is entirely made up of natural vegetation, plant life that survives and grows completely independent of human farming, dictated exclusively by the local soil, temperature, and rainfall. To understand how we survive on a massive ecological deficit, we have to look at what exactly is keeping that remaining 21% alive, the economic forces actively shrinking it, and the massive legal defense systems deployed to save it. This map shows the geographical distribution of India's natural wealth. Because our climate varies so wildly, this vegetation is fractured into 6 highly distinct zones. First are the evergreen forests. Found primarily in the Western Ghats and Northeast India, these zones get hammered with over 250 centimeters of rain annually. Because water is so abundant, the trees never shed their leaves all at once, creating a permanent, dense green canopy. But move inland where the rainfall drops to between 75 and 250 centimeters, and you hit the deciduous or monsoon forests. This is actually the most widespread forest type across the entire Indian subcontinent. These trees have a completely different survival mechanism. To conserve moisture, they intentionally jettison their leaves, entering a dormant state until rains return. The sheer availability of seasonal monsoon water dictates the entire biological makeup of the landscape. And when that water dries up even further, down to just 60 to 75 centimeters in the central plateaus, the large trees disappear entirely, leaving behind tropical grasslands populated by tough, drought-resistant bushes. On the coast, the environment demands a completely different adaptation. In river deltas like the Sundarbans, mangrove forests thrive in saltwater tidal zones by pushing vertical breathing roots straight up out of the suffocating mud. Out west in the Thar Desert, rainfall drops below 50 centimeters. The vegetation here consists of scattered thorny bushes, relying on extreme taproots to hunt for water deep underground. Finally, in the extreme north, altitude takes over. The high-altitude temperature drop produces alpine forests, dominated by needle-leafed conifers like the silver fir. From saltwater roots submerged in coastal mud to pine needles freezing on mountain peaks, this geographic variety makes India one of the most biologically diverse nations on Earth. These 6 biomes do heavy, invisible lifting for the country. They lock down the soil to prevent erosion, regulate local rainfall, filter the air, and hold massive reserves of medicinal flora. Yet, we are actively dismantling them. The drive for agricultural expansion, massive mining operations, dam construction, and rampant forest fires are aggressively chewing into that remaining vegetation. We are harvesting the raw materials for a modern economy by pulling the structural supports out of our own ecological foundation. The active defense of these zones falls under the banner of conservation. It begins at the community level, cracking down on illegal logging and aggressively planting new saplings through public social forestry initiatives. Above that, the government scales up legal barricades. India has mapped out 567 distinct wildlife sanctuaries and 106 national parks, a system that started with the famous Jim Corbett Park. Places like Gujarat's Gir National Park act as hard boundaries against industrial sprawl, giving ecosystems a physical fortress. Biosphere reserves represent the ultimate tier of legal protection. Within the 18 sites across India, including the first reserve at Nilgiri, the law shields the entire intertwined network of both plant and animal life together in one massive holistic system. It is a defense strategy built on escalating layers, from local citizens planting trees on the side of a road to government forces patrolling vast holistic reserves. We hold 6 incredibly complex, life-sustaining biomes within our borders, and human expansion pushes every single one of them to their breaking point daily. We are still sitting at a 21.7% baseline, a dangerous deficit from the 33% required to keep our environment stable. These sanctuaries and reserves are our primary tools to close that gap. Forest conservation functions as a required defense system for human survival. When we secure the ecosystem, we secure the foundation that protects us.